The Significant Contributions of Refugees and Migrants, Part 2. Refugees and migrants help boost the economy.
After decades of decline, this Rust Belt town is growing, fueled by an influx of highly motivated labor.
Very, very fine workers and very, very fine people who are contributing a lot to the local economy.
Indian community has grown over the years. They have opened stores and restaurants.
Refugees and migrants sustain the workforce.
Experts estimate that in around 10 years there will be a shortage of 3 million trained skilled workers.
With many migrants, what we're really looking at is a massive potential of young, willing, well-trained people.
Refugees and migrants repopulate and revitalize towns.
What would the town be like without refugees right now?
Simply put, Riachi would no longer exist.
Refugees and migrants address an aging population.
There are 80 to 100,000 positions in the IT branch alone that cannot be filled due to a lack of qualified workers.
Many of the skilled trade professions say they don't have enough trainees right now.
I always want to work.
I like this work, and I hope I'll find a job doing it.
Not a day passes without someone offering him work.
Refugees and migrants enrich society and culture.
Somalia, Syria, every part of the world.
Vengo da Siria, vengo da Pakistan, vengo da Somalia.
They're integrating extremely well. We're really talking about a very positive picture here. It is a win-win story for both migrants and New Zealanders alike.
Refugees and migrants sustain the workforce. Refugees who arrived in Canada in the late 1980s and early 1990s, including those from Africa, LAC or Vietnam, Cambodia, Eastern Europe, and Latin America, are now earning above average wages compared to the country's norm, showing that they have integrated acquired skills and become productive members of society.
A study by the OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, showed that in France, each 1% rise in migrants' share of employment results in an increase of 0.5% of native-born workers' wages within a given department.
New arrivals to Germany help to take on new jobs where there is a shortage of native-born workers, thereby increasing the workforce. By May 2018, the number of employed refugees rose to 306,574, an increase of more than 100,000 individuals in 1 year.
In 2017, refugees and migrants in Sweden accounted for all the job growth in the industrial sector and 90% of new wellness sector jobs, such as those in healthcare and elder care.
Pew Research Center found that immigrants are crucial for the continued growth of the U.S. workforce, and thus the economy. If the U.S. relied only on native-born workers, the labor force would shrink by 2035.
Hispanic immigrants in the U.S. have helped construction firms struggling to fill open positions for carpenters, plumbers, and other skilled trades.
So-called lesser-skilled immigrants in the U.S. have helped keep some industries alive, thus also helping native-born workers. For example, they have enabled the retail, agriculture, landscaping, and hotel sectors to expand, attract investment, and create middle-class jobs in management, design and engineering, marketing, etc. that employ native-born citizens.
In Uganda, where refugees are allowed to start their own businesses, the native population has also benefited with increased income and job opportunities.
In the city of Leicester, United Kingdom, an estimated 30,000 jobs had been created in 30 years since the arrival of Ugandan Asian refugees in 1972.
In 2012, Asian-owned businesses brought in nearly $26 billion in revenue and provided approximately 105,000 jobs to Orange County, California, USA.
Refugees and migrants repopulate and revitalize towns. In Italy's Sicilian village of Sutera, young families from Nigeria, Syria, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and other countries have filled vacant apartment buildings in job positions and helped the local bakeries, produce markets, and school to stay open.
Likewise, Riace, in Italy's Calabria region, opened its doors to Kurdish refugees in the late 1990s, followed by newcomers from 20 other countries, boosting their population from 400 in 1998 to a healthier 1,500 20 years on.
In Camini, Italy, the 280 local residents reported that their hospitality towards dozens of refugees from Africa and the Middle East was returned multifold, with increased sales for the shopkeepers and more jobs being created.
Unaccompanied child and teen refugees from Uganda, Colombia, and Afghanistan are helping to reverse depopulation in Sorsele, Sweden, even forming the town's first boys' football team.
An influx of Hispanic immigrants to the town of Guyman, Oklahoma, USA, resulted in every retail space downtown eventually being filled with businesses including local hotels, shoe stores, and theaters thriving thanks to the new residents.
Lewiston, Maine, USA, a town that once had a dwindling population and boarded-up shop fronts, has been revived by the arrival of around 7,500 African refugees between 2001 and 2017.
After losing 40% of its population due to economic decline, the town of Utica, New York, USA was revitalized economically and culturally thanks to the arrival of more than 16,000 refugees from Bosnia and 30 other nations.
Just let the hard-working immigrants come in to help develop the country, to strengthen the workforce, and to boost the economy of the country. That would be a very, very wise policy. There's no end to economy boost from the migrants.
You should be proud. That means they look up on your country as a big brother, big sister who can protect them and embrace them and taking care of them. And then they will be getting back on their feet and they will take care of themselves and maybe in turn take care of others in need. That's how we should live our life. We won't live long in this world, but how we live our life, short or long, that is what counts.
People have different ideas about refugees.
They are not an issue, they're people.
All human, all same. And I gotta tell you, Khaled has changed my mind.
He's been nothing short of amazing since the day he's been here. He's been respectful, polite, hardworking.
He's gonna make Canada a better place.
We're here to do a good deed. We're here to give somebody a second chance.
Najwa and her family are like family to us now. What we have now is beautiful and precious.
When I reached here, I looked in the sky and I said, wow, no more gunshots, no more troubles. This is heaven on earth.
For a free download and more details, please visit suprememastertv.com/scrolls.